What if I told you there's a 2000-year-old philosophy that could transform how you deal with people? Welcome to our channel, where today we'll dive into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and reveal 10 powerful lessons that will change the way you interact with others. You might be wondering, what exactly is Stoicism? It's an ancient philosophy founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium. Stoicism teaches us how to cultivate virtue, maintain inner peace, and endure life's challenges with grace. While it might sound lofty, Stoicism is incredibly practical, especially when it comes to managing our relationships. So why should you stick around to the end of this video? Because we're not just talking philosophy here. We're offering 10 real, actionable lessons that you can start applying today to handle conflicts, build better connections, and navigate social dynamics with ease. From mastering your emotions to understanding the importance of empathy, these lessons will equip you with tools to become more resilient and compassionate in your interactions. So get comfortable and stay with us until the end. By the time we finish, you'll have a new perspective on dealing with people, one that brings more harmony and less stress into your life. Let's get started. The first lesson involves understanding human nature. According to Stoicism, human beings are rational and social creatures. We are wired to use reason and to live in harmony with others. By grasping this fundamental aspect of our nature, we can manage our expectations and reactions during interactions. Picture a moment when someone acts out of frustration or anger. Instead of taking it personally or reacting impulsively, consider that their actions are a reflection of their current state of mind, not an attack on you. This mindset aligns with the Stoic idea that everyone is doing the best they can with the knowledge and resources they have at any given moment. Once you understand this, it becomes easier to approach conflicts with empathy and patience rather than frustration and anger. Think about this. When we see a child cry, we naturally feel compassion because we recognize their vulnerability and need for support. In the same way, recognizing that adults also have their struggles can transform our approach to dealing with difficult behaviors. By understanding human nature through the Stoic lens, we become better equipped to navigate social dynamics smoothly, fostering connections based on empathy and mutual respect. This lesson not only makes our interactions more harmonious, but also helps us remain calm and centered amid social turbulence. So, next time you face a challenging interaction, remember the Stoic principle of understanding human nature and see how it shifts your perspective and facilitates a smoother, more compassionate response. The second lesson involves control and acceptance. The Stoics teach us the importance of focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. This simple principle can greatly reduce interpersonal conflict and bring peace into our lives. Imagine you're stuck in traffic and running late for an important meeting. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction. Instead of getting angry and stressed, accept the situation and use the time to listen to an audiobook or practice deep breathing. This shift in focus from what's outside your control to what's within your control can turn a stressful situation into a manageable one. Now, apply this to your interactions with others. Suppose a colleague criticizes your work. You can't control their opinion or reaction, but you can control how you respond. Instead of becoming defensive or upset, consider their feedback constructively and decide how to proceed. By accepting that you can't change others' actions or opinions, you free yourself from unnecessary frustration and focus on what you can improve or learn. Personal relationships also benefit from this Stoic practice. Imagine a friend frequently cancels plans at the last minute. You can't control their behavior, but you can decide how it affects you. Accepting their pattern allows you to set boundaries or adjust your expectations, reducing disappointment and maintaining a healthier relationship. By embracing control and acceptance, we navigate interpersonal dynamics more calmly and with greater resilience. So, the next time you face a situation where someone else's actions upset you, pause and ask yourself, what can I control here? Focus on your response, your emotions, and your actions. This perspective not only minimizes conflict but also empowers you to handle social interactions with grace and composure. Remember, control what you can, accept what you cannot, and watch how it transforms your relationships and overall peace of mind. The third lesson involves empathy and perspective. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Seeing things from others' perspectives can transform our interactions, making them more meaningful and less contentious. Imagine a scenario where a friend snaps at you unexpectedly. Instead of immediately reacting with anger or hurt, take a moment to consider what might be going on in their life. Are they under stress at work, dealing with personal issues, or just having a bad day? By putting yourself in their shoes, you'll be more likely to respond with compassion and understanding rather than escalating the conflict. This Stoic practice of perspective-taking helps us manage our emotional responses and fosters stronger, more empathetic connections. Developing empathy requires practice, but it's incredibly rewarding. Start by actively listening when someone speaks to you. Give them your full attention and try to understand not just their words but the emotions behind them. Ask open-ended questions to gain deeper insights into their experiences and feelings. For example, instead of asking, "Are you upset?" you might ask, "What's been on your mind lately?" This invites them to share more, helping you see the world through their eyes. Another practical tip is to practice mindfulness. When you're present in the moment, you're more attuned to subtle cues and emotions in others. This heightened awareness can significantly enhance your empathetic abilities. Additionally, reading literature and watching films that portray diverse human experiences can broaden your perspective, helping you relate to people from different backgrounds and situations more easily. Empathy also involves recognizing our own biases and assumptions. We often judge others based on incomplete information or our own preconceived notions. Challenge yourself to question these biases. For instance, if someone cut you off in traffic, instead of labeling them as inconsiderate, consider that they might be rushing to an emergency. This shift in perspective can turn moments of irritation into opportunities for empathy and understanding. Incorporating empathy and perspective into our daily interactions doesn't just benefit others, it also enriches our own lives. We become more patient, kind, and resilient, qualities that are at the heart of Stoic teachings. So, the next time you're faced with a challenging interaction, pause and ask yourself, how can I see this from their perspective? By doing so, you'll build deeper, more harmonious relationships and navigate social dynamics with greater ease and compassion. Empathy allows us to connect on a human level, fostering an environment of mutual respect and understanding. Remember, understanding others is a powerful tool in dealing with people effectively and harmoniously. The fourth lesson involves detachment from judgments. To truly practice Stoicism in our interactions, it's essential to detach from personal judgments about others. This means recognizing that our initial perceptions and opinions may not be the full truth, and refraining from immediate judgment allows us to approach situations with a clear mind. Let's consider a famous Stoic story about the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Despite his immense power, Marcus consistently practiced detaching from judgments, reminding himself that everyone he met was fighting their own battles. He would often meditate on the idea that opinions and judgments are not inherent truths but merely our interpretations of events. This helped him approach his role as a leader with greater wisdom and fairness. Now imagine a scenario in your own life. Suppose you meet someone who seems aloof or unfriendly. Our instinct might be to judge them as rude or unapproachable. But instead, we can practice Stoic detachment by reminding ourselves that we don't know their full story. Maybe they're going through a tough time or are naturally reserved. By suspending judgment, we open ourselves up to understanding and possibly forming meaningful connections. Another practical way to detach from judgments is by using the Stoic technique of considering alternative explanations. For instance, if a colleague doesn't greet you warmly one morning, instead of immediately thinking they dislike you, consider other possibilities. They might be preoccupied, tired, or didn't notice you. This mental shift helps reduce unnecessary negativity and fosters a more balanced view of others. Additionally, practicing mindfulness can aid in detaching from judgments. When we stay present and observe our thoughts without immediately reacting, we give ourselves the space to see situations more clearly and respond more thoughtfully. Detaching from judgments doesn't mean ignoring our instincts or being naive. Rather, it involves acknowledging that our initial reactions might be incomplete or biased. This practice not only improves our interactions but also contributes to our inner peace, as we're less likely to be swayed by fleeting emotions or misconceptions. So, the next time you find yourself forming a quick judgment about someone, remember the Stoic principle of detachment. Take a moment to reflect, consider different perspectives, and approach the person or situation with an open mind. By doing so, you'll cultivate more authentic and empathetic relationships, free from the constraints of hasty judgments. This lesson of detachment from judgments can transform how we see others and ourselves, leading to more harmonious and fulfilling interactions. The fifth lesson involves practicing patience. In Stoic philosophy, patience is a vital virtue that helps us endure and thrive in challenging interactions. Life is full of moments that test our patience, from dealing with difficult people to waiting for important outcomes. The Stoics teach us that patience is not simply the act of waiting, but the practice of maintaining inner calm and composure in the face of stress. Imagine you're in a heated argument with a friend or family member. Your first instinct might be to react defensively or lash out. However, by practicing the Stoic value of patience, you choose to pause, take a deep breath, and respond thoughtfully. This moment of pause allows you to collect your thoughts, understand the other person's perspective, and address the situation calmly. One effective strategy for maintaining patience is to practice deep breathing. When you feel your patience wearing thin, take a few slow, deep breaths. This simple act can help calm your nervous system and give you the space to respond rather than react. Another technique is to remind yourself of the bigger picture. Ask yourself, will this situation matter in a week, a month, or a year? This helps put temporary frustrations into perspective, making it easier to stay patient. Additionally, cultivating empathy is closely tied to patience. When we understand that others have their struggles and triggers, it becomes easier to give them the benefit of the doubt and respond with kindness rather than impatience. For example, if a coworker is being particularly difficult, consider what might be causing their behavior. Are they stressed about a deadline or dealing with personal issues? This understanding can help you remain patient and supportive. Practicing mindfulness is also key to developing patience. By staying present and fully engaging with the current moment, you're less likely to be overwhelmed by stress or irritation. Mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without being swept away by them, helping you maintain patience in high-stress interactions. Lastly, remember the Stoic idea that we cannot control others, only our responses to them. This acceptance can reduce frustration and increase patience. When you encounter someone who tests your patience, remind yourself that you control your reaction, not their behavior. This mindset shift empowers you to remain calm and composed regardless of the situation. So, the next time you find yourself in a stressful interaction, practice the Stoic value of patience. Take a deep breath, consider the bigger picture, cultivate empathy, and stay mindful. By doing so, you'll not only navigate the interaction more gracefully, but also contribute to a more harmonious and peaceful relationship. Patience is a powerful tool in dealing with people, helping us respond with wisdom and compassion in even the most challenging situations. The sixth lesson involves the power of silence. In Stoic philosophy, the practice of silence and listening is not just about refraining from speaking, but about being fully present and attentive. This practice can have a profound impact on our interactions and relationships. Think about a time when you were in a conversation and felt truly heard. The other person wasn't just waiting for their turn to speak, they were genuinely listening to you. This kind of attentive silence can be incredibly powerful. It shows respect, enhances understanding, and can diffuse tension. Imagine a scenario where a friend is venting about a stressful situation. Instead of immediately offering solutions or interrupting with your own experiences, practice the Stoic art of silence. Let them speak fully without interruption. Your silent presence not only provides them space to express their feelings, but also demonstrates your empathy and support. This can turn a potentially superficial interaction into a deeply meaningful one. Silence can also be a powerful tool in conflicts. Picture a heated argument where both parties are talking over each other. By choosing to remain silent and listen, you allow the other person to express themselves, which can often lead to a de-escalation of the conflict. This doesn't mean you are agreeing with them, but it shows you're willing to understand their perspective before responding. This Stoic practice can turn arguments into productive dialogues. Furthermore, silence gives us time to process and reflect before reacting. Imagine receiving critical feedback at work. Our immediate reaction might be to defend ourselves or dismiss the feedback, but by practicing silence, we give ourselves a moment to consider the feedback thoughtfully. This pause allows us to respond constructively rather than impulsively, fostering a more respectful and effective communication. Another example is in negotiations. Silence can be a powerful tactic. When you state your position and then remain silent, it often prompts the other party to fill the silence, sometimes by revealing more information or reconsidering their stance. This can give you a strategic advantage without saying a word. Practicing silence also helps us become better listeners. When we focus on truly hearing what others are saying, we gain deeper insights and build stronger connections. It requires patience and self-control, both of which are key Stoic virtues. The next time you're in a conversation, try to listen more than you speak. Notice how this changes the dynamic and deepens the interaction. Incorporating the practice of silence and listening into our daily interactions doesn't just benefit others, it also enhances our own understanding and emotional intelligence. We become more attuned to the nuances of communication, less reactive and more thoughtful in our responses. So, remember the Stoic power of silence in your next conversation. Listen fully, pause before reacting, and see how it transforms the interaction. Silence, far from being a lack of communication, can be one of the most powerful ways to connect with others and navigate social dynamics gracefully. By mastering the art of silence, we cultivate deeper empathy, patience, and wisdom in our everyday dealings with people. The seventh lesson involves kindness as a virtue. Kindness is a fundamental Stoic virtue that goes beyond mere politeness. It is about actively contributing to the well-being of others and fostering a sense of community. Stoics believe that genuine kindness is rooted in our interconnectedness and rational nature. When we practice kindness, even in difficult situations, we not only uplift others but also enhance our own moral character and inner peace. Imagine a situation where you're dealing with a difficult coworker who constantly irritates you. Instead of responding with frustration or hostility, practicing Stoic kindness means looking beyond their behavior to understand their struggles and offering compassion. Perhaps they are under a lot of stress or dealing with personal issues. By choosing to respond with a kind word or a supportive gesture, you diffuse the tension and possibly improve their day. This act of kindness might not change their behavior immediately, but it sets a positive example and creates a more harmonious environment. Another practical way to practice kindness is by performing small, intentional acts of goodwill daily. Simple gestures like holding the door open for someone, offering a sincere compliment, or helping a neighbor with their groceries can have a profound impact. These actions don't require much effort but can significantly uplift others and contribute to a culture of kindness. In challenging interactions, it can be especially hard to remain kind, but it's precisely in these moments that Stoic kindness shines brightest. Picture a heated argument with a loved one. Emotions are running high, and it's easy to say hurtful things in the heat of the moment. Practicing Stoic kindness means intentionally choosing to speak gently and with compassion, even when you're upset. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings, but you express them in a way that respects both your own dignity and that of the other person. This approach can transform conflicts into opportunities for deeper understanding and reconciliation. Additionally, kindness involves self-kindness and understanding your own limits. Stoic philosophy encourages us to be kind to ourselves, acknowledging our imperfections without harsh self-criticism. By treating ourselves with the same compassion we offer others, we build inner resilience and maintain our well-being, which in turn enables us to be kinder to those around us. Moreover, kindness can be amplified through active listening. When we truly listen to others, we validate their experiences and show that we value them. This simple act of giving our full attention can make the other person feel heard and appreciated, fostering a stronger connection. Imagine your friend is going through a tough time and needs to talk. Instead of offering quick solutions or diverting the conversation to your own experiences, just listen. Your attentive presence can be incredibly comforting and healing for them. The Stoic practice of kindness also extends to how we think about others. Marcus Aurelius advised viewing others as fellow humans striving for happiness just as we are. This perspective helps us approach others with empathy and reduces negative judgments. Whenever you find yourself feeling annoyed or angry with someone, try to reframe your thoughts. Acknowledge that they too are navigating their own challenges and deserve compassion. Incorporating kindness as a virtue in our daily lives not only improves our interactions but also enriches our own sense of purpose and fulfillment. By consistently choosing kindness even in difficult situations, we embody the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with others and ourselves. So, the next time you find yourself in a challenging interaction, remember the power of Stoic kindness. Respond with compassion, perform small acts of goodwill, listen attentively, and practice self-kindness. By doing so, you'll create a ripple effect of positivity and grace, transforming your relationships and your own inner landscape. Kindness, deeply rooted in Stoic principles, is a powerful tool for building a more connected, empathetic, and harmonious world. The 8th lesson involves cultivating a rational mindset. In Stoic philosophy, maintaining a rational mindset is crucial for navigating the complexities of life and interactions. Rationality allows us to stay calm and composed, even in heated discussions, ensuring that our actions and responses are governed by reason rather than emotions. Imagine you're in a heated debate with a colleague. The conversation is escalating and emotions are running high. Instead of getting swept up in the emotional tide, a Stoic approach would be to pause and remind yourself to focus on rational thinking. Ask yourself, what is within my control here, and what is the most constructive response I can offer? This pause allows you to collect your thoughts and respond logically rather than reacting impulsively. One practical technique for maintaining a rational mindset is to detach yourself emotionally from the situation temporarily. Picture the discussion as if you were an observer rather than a participant. This perspective helps you see the bigger picture and evaluate the situation more objectively. For instance, if a friend is criticizing you unfairly, instead of taking it personally, consider the possible reasons behind their behavior and address the issues calmly and rationally. Another strategy is to focus on the facts rather than the emotions involved. In disagreements, it's easy to get caught up in how we feel about the situation. However, by concentrating on the factual aspects, what was said, what actions were taken, you can steer the conversation towards a more logical and productive direction. This approach minimizes misunderstandings and keeps the interaction centered on resolving the issue at hand. Practicing mindfulness is also key to maintaining a rational mindset. When we are mindful, we are fully present in the moment, aware of our thoughts and emotions without being controlled by them. This awareness allows us to recognize when our emotions are taking over and to re-center ourselves. For example, if you feel anger rising during a discussion, take a few deep breaths and focus on calming your mind before responding. This helps ensure that your reaction is based on rational thinking rather than emotional impulse. Additionally, reflecting on Stoic teachings can reinforce a rational mindset. Remember the Stoic principle that we cannot control external events, only our responses to them. This perspective helps reduce frustration and keeps us focused on what we can influence, our own thoughts and actions. When faced with a provoking situation, remind yourself of this principle to maintain a rational and composed demeanor. Engaging in regular self-reflection can also strengthen your rational mindset. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on your interactions. Ask yourself, did I respond rationally in that situation? And how can I improve my reactions in the future? This practice not only reinforces rational thinking but also promotes continuous personal growth. Incorporating rationality into our daily interactions doesn't just benefit us, it also enhances our relationships. When we approach others with a calm and rational mindset, we set a positive example and create an environment of mutual respect and understanding. People are more likely to respond positively to calm logic than to heated emotion, leading to more constructive and harmonious interactions. So, the next time you find yourself in a challenging discussion, remember the importance of maintaining a rational mindset. Pause, detach emotionally, focus on the facts, practice mindfulness, and reflect on Stoic principles. By doing so, you'll navigate the conversation with greater ease and wisdom, fostering more meaningful and respectful relationships. Rationality, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, empowers us to handle even the most difficult interactions with grace and composure. The ninth lesson involves forgiveness and moving on. Forgiveness is a crucial component of Stoicism, offering a path to inner peace and healthier relationships. In Stoic philosophy, holding on to grudges and resentment only harms oneself, disrupting our inner tranquility and clouding our judgment. Imagine a scenario where a friend has wronged you, perhaps by betraying your trust or letting you down in a significant way. The natural reaction might be to hold on to anger and resentment. However, Stoicism teaches us that forgiveness is not about condoning the wrongdoing, but about freeing ourselves from the negative emotions that weigh us down. By choosing to forgive, we let go of the burden of anger, allowing ourselves to move forward with a clear mind and a lighter heart. One practical step to forgiveness is to practice empathy and try to understand the other person's perspective. Consider what might have motivated their actions and recognize that everyone makes mistakes. Imagine that your friend who betrayed you was under immense stress or pressure at the time. By understanding their situation, it becomes easier to view their actions with compassion rather than anger. Another technique is to reflect on your own past mistakes. Recall times when you have wronged others and sought forgiveness. This reflection can cultivate humility and a reminder that everyone, including ourselves, is deserving of grace. For instance, if you've ever unintentionally hurt someone's feelings, remembering that moment can help you empathize with those who have wronged you. Practicing mindfulness can also aid in the process of forgiveness. When feelings of anger or resentment arise, take a moment to observe these emotions without judgment. Acknowledge them, but don't let them control you. By being mindful, you can choose to release these negative feelings and focus on the present moment. Mindfulness helps create a space between your feelings and your reactions, allowing you to respond with forgiveness rather than holding onto grudges. Additionally, consider the Stoic idea that we only have control over our own actions and responses, not over others' actions. This acceptance can help in letting go of grudges. If someone has wronged you, recognize that you can't change their behavior, but you can control how you respond to it. By choosing forgiveness, you reclaim your power and maintain your inner peace. A practical exercise for letting go of grudges is to write a letter to the person who wronged you. In this letter, express your feelings and your decision to forgive them. You don't need to send the letter. The act of writing it can be therapeutic and help release pent-up emotions. This practice allows you to articulate your thoughts and feelings, giving you closure and a sense of relief. Moreover, forgiveness is a continuous practice, not a one-time event. It requires ongoing effort and commitment. Remind yourself regularly of the benefits of forgiveness, such as reduced stress, better mental health, and improved relationships. Each time you feel old resentments resurfacing, revisit the principles of empathy, mindfulness, and acceptance. In doing so, you'll reinforce the habit of forgiveness and strengthen your resilience. Incorporating forgiveness and moving on into your daily life not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also fosters more harmonious interactions with others. By letting go of grudges, you create space for positive experiences and relationships to flourish. So, the next time you find yourself holding onto anger or resentment, remember the Stoic value of forgiveness. Practice empathy, reflect on your own imperfections, stay mindful, and exercise acceptance. By doing so, you'll liberate yourself from the chains of negativity and cultivate a more peaceful and compassionate life. Forgiveness, deeply rooted in Stoic teachings, is a powerful tool for personal growth and harmonious living. The 10th lesson involves leading by example. In Stoic philosophy, leading by example is one of the most impactful ways to influence others and foster a virtuous community. Stoics believe that our actions speak louder than our words. By embodying Stoic principles in our daily interactions, we not only improve our own lives but also inspire those around us to adopt similar virtues. Imagine being at work and facing a stressful situation. Instead of succumbing to anxiety or frustration, you remain calm, composed, and focused. Your colleagues notice your demeanor and start to follow your lead, creating a more relaxed and productive environment. This is the essence of Stoic leadership, demonstrating the qualities you wish to see in others. One practical tip for leading by example is to practice mindfulness in your daily interactions. When you are fully present and attentive, people around you feel heard and respected. This encourages them to reciprocate the same level of attentiveness and respect, fostering a more harmonious and connected environment. Another way to lead by example is to show resilience in the face of adversity. Life is full of challenges, but how we respond to them can set a powerful example for others. When you encounter a setback, approach it with a calm and rational mindset, focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on the problem. This attitude not only helps you overcome difficulties, but also inspires others to adopt a similar resilient approach. Practicing empathy is another crucial aspect of leading by example. By understanding and sharing the feelings of others, we create a supportive and compassionate community. For instance, if a friend is going through a tough time, offer a listening ear and words of encouragement. Your empathetic actions can profoundly impact their well-being and motivate them to extend the same kindness to others. Additionally, maintaining integrity in all your dealings is essential for leading by example. Stoics emphasize the importance of virtue and moral character. By being honest, fair, and consistent in your actions, you build trust and respect among those around you. When people see you consistently uphold your values, they are more likely to follow suit and prioritize integrity in their own lives. One more practical tip is to practice gratitude and express appreciation regularly. Acknowledging the positive aspects of life and recognizing the contributions of others can create a positive and uplifting atmosphere. By expressing gratitude, you inspire others to adopt a grateful mindset, enhancing overall well-being and fostering stronger relationships. Furthermore, exhibiting patience and understanding in your interactions can set a powerful example. When you encounter difficult or frustrating situations, your ability to remain patient and composed can influence others to do the same. For instance, if a colleague is struggling with a task, offering your support and guidance patiently can encourage them to persevere and develop their skills. Lastly, showing humility is a vital component of leading by example. Acknowledge that you are not infallible and be open to learning from others. By demonstrating humility, you create an environment where everyone feels valued and encouraged to contribute their ideas and perspectives. This inclusive approach fosters collaboration and mutual respect. By embodying Stoic principles such as mindfulness, resilience, empathy, integrity, gratitude, patience, and humility in your everyday interactions, you lead by example and create a positive ripple effect in your community. Your actions inspire others to adopt similar virtues, contributing to a more compassionate, harmonious, and virtuous society. So, the next time you find yourself in a position to influence others, remember the power of leading by example. Practice these Stoic principles consistently, and watch how your actions inspire those around you to follow your lead. Leading by example is not just about guiding others, it's about living a life aligned with your highest values and creating a legacy of virtue and wisdom. Through your actions, you have the power to make a meaningful and lasting impact on the world around you. Integrating the 10 lessons of Stoicism into daily life is not only about remembering each principle, but about weaving them into the fabric of our daily routines and interactions. These lessons guide us on how to navigate life with wisdom, resilience, and compassion. Here are a few overarching tips for consistently practicing these Stoic principles. Start by incorporating understanding human nature into every interaction. Remind yourself that everyone is doing the best they can with the knowledge and resources they have. This helps in approaching others with empathy and patience. Control and acceptance can be practiced by focusing on what you can control in any given situation and accepting what you cannot. This mindset shift reduces unnecessary stress and conflict, allowing you to remain calm and focused. Empathy and perspective should be cultivated by actively listening to others and trying to see the world from their viewpoint. This fosters deeper connections and reduces misunderstandings. Detachment from judgments helps free us from biases and snap judgments about others. Practice considering alternative explanations for people's actions before forming opinions. Patience can be developed by practicing deep breathing and mindfulness, especially in high-stress situations. This helps in maintaining composure and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. The power of silence can be harnessed by being fully present in conversations, allowing others to speak without interruption. This not only shows respect but also enhances your understanding of their perspective. Kindness can be practiced through small, intentional acts of goodwill daily. Treating others with compassion, even in tough situations, fosters a more supportive and positive environment. Cultivating a rational mindset involves focusing on facts rather than emotions during conflicts. Practicing mindfulness and reminding yourself of Stoic teachings can help maintain rationality in difficult interactions. Forgiveness and moving on are crucial for inner peace. Practice empathy and self-reflection to let go of grudges and resentment, freeing yourself from negative emotions. Leading by example is about embodying these Stoic principles in your actions. Practice mindfulness, resilience, empathy, integrity, gratitude, patience, and humility consistently, inspiring those around you to do the same. To integrate these lessons into your daily life, start by setting small, manageable goals. Remind yourself of these principles each morning or during your daily meditation. Reflect on your interactions each evening, considering how well you applied these lessons and where you can improve. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Over time, these Stoic practices will become second nature, guiding you toward a more harmonious and fulfilling life. By consistently applying these lessons, you'll not only navigate life's challenges with greater ease, but also build deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Embrace these Stoic principles as a way of life and watch how they transform your interactions and overall well-being. In summary, we've explored 10 powerful Stoic lessons that can transform your interactions and daily life. First, understanding human nature helps us approach others with empathy and patience. Second, focusing on control and acceptance allows us to reduce stress and conflict. Third, cultivating empathy and perspective fosters deeper connections. Fourth, detaching from judgments frees us from biases. Fifth, practicing patience enables us to remain composed in challenging situations. Sixth, harnessing the power of silence enhances our listening skills and understanding. Seventh, kindness promotes a positive and supportive environment. Eighth, maintaining a rational mindset ensures that our actions are guided by reason. Ninth, forgiveness and moving on bring inner peace and healthier relationships. Lastly, leading by example inspires others to adopt these virtues. By integrating these Stoic principles into your daily routines and interactions, you can navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom, resilience, and compassion. Embrace these lessons, set small goals, and reflect on your progress regularly. Remember, the journey towards living a Stoic life is about consistent effort and growth. To leave you with some inspiration, here's a timeless quote from Marcus Aurelius: "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Let this wisdom guide you as you apply these Stoic lessons and strive for a life of inner peace and harmonious relationships. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights on Stoic philosophy.